I remember the hum of the engine most of all. It was the sound of forever. Dad had been driving for what felt like an eternity to our little minds, and the world outside the window was just a meaningless blur. We were tired. A deep in your bones kind of tired, that only a long journey can create. Your own sense of time, not measured in miles, but in the droning hum of the engine and the number of times you ask, "Are we there yet?" The world through that dusty back window was a monotonous blur, and a deep soul-level exhaustion had settled in our little bones. We weren't just tired, we were weary of the waiting. And then, the world decided to wake up. The gray highway gave way to a scenery so alive it felt like a revelation. The sky became a great blue canvas. Trees, tall and cascading, stood like ancient guardians, and the fields of crops expanded into infinity. It was more than a change of scenery, it was a promise. The excitement in the car became fever pitch. Our arrival was a celebrity's homecoming, a wave of strange, loving faces, hands that pulled at my cheeks, and the recurring chorus of, "Look how much they've grown." But all of it was just noise until Grandma appeared. Her hug was the destination. A hug so tight, it felt like she was putting all your pieces back together. In memory, the peace of that evening feels impossibly short. Darkness fell, dinner was served, and then, out of thin air, the crack of a deafening thunderclap. It wasn't just a sound, it was a physical blow. A violent, angry wind began whistling through the cracks, and the safety of the house felt suddenly fragile as everyone ran to shut the world out. As is customary, the lights went out, and in that flickering, candlelit darkness, something took a deeply unnatural twist. It started as a feeling, a crazy force. I still don't understand. While my family's laughter filled the room, a silent, compelling thought took root in my mind. I needed to go outside. My body moved without my permission. My hand opened the door, and I stepped out of the warmth and into the storm. The cold was a shock, and the rain began to soak my clothes, but none of it mattered. I placed one foot after the other, walking into a pitch darkness that felt tangible, like a velvet shroud. I'd only taken a few steps when I saw a figure standing there in the downpour, about 5 feet away. A woman. I didn't remember her going out, but my little mind told me it had to be Grandma. Instinct took over. I moved towards her with my hands outstretched, wanting that embrace. Just as my fingers were about to make contact, the door behind me crashed open. It was Grandma, screaming my name. "Timothy, don't!" In that exact instant, the night sky lit up with flashes of lightning, and what I saw continuously haunts me. A woman as dark as the night itself. Her eyes an unnatural, haunting white. She had nothing on, apart from leaves that went round her waist. I froze, my mouth open, my eyes wide. And just as the delayed thunderclap finally registered, a roar that shook the ground, she was gone. Vanished right before me, into thin air. My mind was fighting, trying to comprehend what I had just witnessed. Grandma rushed me back inside, her hands trembling. For the first time, I saw her visibly shaken, her scolding words laced with a deep, profound fear. I apologized, I promised, but my world had been fractured. That night, under the cover of the storm, I had a close encounter with evil, and I lived to tell a story about it.